All right, guys, time for my weekly What Sold video. If you're new here, my name is Heather. I am a full-time reseller. I do these videos every Friday to hopefully help you with your business to make more money, to show you what's selling currently, and maybe what's not selling so good. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I'm going to go through Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay, show you what's selling. Let's get right into it. I'm going to minimize myself here. Depop, I sold only three things, so not as good on Depop this week, but that's okay. First up was these pair of Earth shoes. These sold for $28.10. I pretty much never buy the brand Earth, but this style is very on trend right now, this Mary Jane style with the strap over the top. They are like a round toe, almost like a slip-on clog, and they were in really good condition, so that's why I decided to get those. And yeah, that was a pretty decent sale. Next up, we have a pair of Allegria shoes. These sold for $25. Allegria is a comfort brand. These ones were a dark floral clog in a women's size 10. They sold pretty quickly, I think within about a week, for $25. So I was happy with that. And then the third thing I sold was kind of a surprise. It was this pair of Talbot's pants. This sold for my full asking price of $35. So this is not something I would expect to sell on Depop, which is why I say put everything on Depop. They're new with tag size 16 petite, girlfriend chino with little sailboats on them. So very appropriate for the season, but these were marked down on all of my other platforms and not selling. So I was kind of surprised when they sold full price on Depop. Next up, we will go on to Mercari. Looks like I have 9 in progress. Oh my gosh, not this again. If you guys watch my videos, you know that sometimes I'm kind of a mess. I'll try to keep this under control. Okay, 9 on Mercari. I don't know if there's been any that I have already completed the purchase that you guys didn't see last week. I don't think so, but I guess I can double check. First up with these Lululemon pants. These had stains on them, and I just accepted an offer of $20. Maybe I could have got a little bit more, but there was multiple stains you can see down there. There was some on the front. So I actually got them to like give to my brother to sell because I thought I could get out the stains, but I didn't. So I listed them cheap and they sold like in half an hour, I think, for $20. This also sold for $20. This is a Black Craft swimsuit. It is a goth brand. I found this with some Killstar shirts, and so I just figured it would be pretty decent, and it doesn't actually retail for that much. And so I just ended up listing it for $25, and I accepted an offer of $20 that did help it to sell quickly, which was what I wanted. So that's great. Next up is an Ariat hoodie that I sold for $22.50. I accepted this offer yesterday. My sales were really, really slow yesterday. So when I'm having slow sales days, I tend to accept lower offers just to make some money, because I would rather make some money than no money at all. Next up was this Free People top. This sold for $20. Most Free People isn't going for a ton these days, especially for like basic kind of shirts. I got this because it wasn't a size large. If it was a smaller size, I don't know if I would have picked it up, but I was happy with a quick $20 sale on that. Next up was the brand Anatomy. I have sold this brand in pants for way more money. This was just a tank top, and it sold for $20. So lots of bread and butter $20 type sales. This is made in Italy. That's what the tag looks like. And then up here, you can't really see it, I guess, through there. So sorry about that. But I would get it again. And I think the like jackets and pants do better. Next up, a pair of American Eagle shorts. These sold for $20.25. These were the high-rise distressed mom shorts in a size 10. Oops. That is from a different pair of pants, isn't it? Oh, no, it's just darkened out. I thought it was black right there. Okay, anyway. $20.25. Okay, yay, I'm good with that. Next up is a pair of Dolce Vita boots, which another brand that I never get, but these seemed very on trend and in style. I did use, as you can see, booties, Western Festival, rodeo, cowgirl, and my keywords. They were almost like new condition, just a little bit of scuffs. I did look up this specific style of Dolce Vita boots before I decided to get them, and it looked like they sold pretty well. So $32.08. I sold this J. Crew swimsuit for $36.45. This was new with tags, size 12, one-piece swimsuit. So I don't pick up much J. Crew these days, but with this being new with tags, I obviously decided to get it. And then why did it take me to that page? We don't know. Let's go back to my in progress. Okay, and then I had a Lululemon sweatshirt that sold for $50. This was also great because it was marked down to 30 something on Poshmark and eBay. eBay, I run markdown sales. Poshmark, I'll lower prices about once a month. Mercari, I don't really have. I don't know if there's like a bulk way to do that. If you guys know of anything with Mercari, let me know. This was a size 12 pink camo oversized sweatshirt. Sold for $50. Really happy about that. And that is it for my Mercari sales. So let's go on to Poshmark. I just sold this bundle right before I started making this video. This sold for $40. A pair of Lily Pulitzer pants and a Lily Pulitzer shirt. So the pants were extra, extra small. So the smaller sizing, actually, wait, they were just regular extra small. Except I noticed I put that wrong in the title. So, oops. Hopefully they read the, like, they looked at the picture. Maybe I'll message them. It says it in the description, the right thing. Anyway, that and then the shirt, just a size small basic t-shirt. So I didn't expect to get that much for this. So I was happy to accept an offer of $40 on two. Originally the bundle would have been $60. I also sold these Ariat jeans, and these were in a size 28. These are the real bootcut denim jeans. Ariat is selling good right now. I pick up almost all jeans I find from them as long as I can find them for a good price. The weird thing was one of my thrift stores, the ones where I actually found these, they had one pair priced at $6 and one pair priced at $15. So that was stupid. I obviously took the $6 pairs and I left the $15 pair behind. Next up was an Eileen Fisher cardigan that I sold for $20. This must have just went through some markdown sales because normally I can sell the plus size items better than this. So 1X gray linen open loose knit cardigan sweater. But I find Eileen Fisher literally all the time, so I'm okay with that. Next up was an Untuck It dress. This is not really that great of a brand anymore. Oh my gosh, not what I meant to do. Maybe for some men's stuff, but the women's, it doesn't do that great, but I was trying to pick up like dresses for my closet, so I went and got this. Size 4, green, long sleeve like shirt dress. So, I don't know, that was a decent sale, I guess, for $22. Next up, I sold a pair of Rock Revival jeans. These were a pair of crop jeans, which actually some people still like. So, size 28, these sold for $31. I usually do the back pocket picture as my main picture because I feel like that's what people are looking for distressed, and these sold really fast. So, that's good with that. Next, I sold a bundle of 2 American Eagle shorts for $35. I did accept this offer just because pretty soon here I'm not going to be buying shorts anymore and I don't want to be stuck with a bunch. They were both in a size 8, high-rise distressed mom shorts. I'm not really going to show you the other pair because it's basically the same thing. Oops. Next up, I sold this vintage Disney World tote for only $7, which makes me really sad because if you watch my channel, you know I love Disney, and I felt like it was so cute, and it came with this little like Fantasia Mickey like keychain. Ugh. Anyway, I've had it for a really long time. So somebody sent me an offer of $7. So I went ahead and accepted that, sadly. Ellie, please don't bark in my video. Ellie is looking at the dog outside and I can tell she wants to bark. Next up was this Lily Pulitzer skirt. This actually sold really fast within a day or less. It was their Luxe Athletic line, which you can see right here on the tag, which is kind of like their athletic line. I have been using pickleball in my listings for like the preppy tennis kind of stuff because pickleball is so popular. So $38, a really fast sale on that skirt. I was happy about that. I sold these Judy blue jeans for $20. Usually I get at least $25 for these, but these ones I've weirdly had for a while. They have been marked down a little bit. And so somebody got them for $20. That's fine with me because I do not like to sit on inventory. So goodbye to those. We sold a pair of Athleta. These are pants, even though that title says leggings. Cream tan, wide leg, loose fit pants for $26. I do still pick up some Athleta. They were also from 2023, so a really new pair. So I was happy with that sale. I had to cancel that bundle because I only had one tank top. I sold a Desigual dress for $20. I was picking this brand up and experimenting with it for a little while, but it was very off and on, so I kind of had just been leaving it behind again. This is a size medium orange midi dress. It was really cute. This retails for a good amount of money. Just for me, it does not sell that good, so I did go ahead and let that go for $20. This was a $9 new with tags Talbots shirt in a size 1X. For a little while, I was really doing well with the plus size Talbots, and then I stopped doing well with it. I sold this before it got returned for fit on eBay. It was relisted, and then it sat around forever, and it sold for $9 on Poshmark. So I'm glad to get rid of that. Next was a Lululemon poncho. This sold for $30. This was a one size navy blue and black color block poncho. I was really happy to sell this in the middle of the heat and the summer because it's a big item. Next up was a Brunello Cucinelli jacket. This is a huge bolo, so definitely be on the lookout for this at the thrift store. This sold for $125. I probably could have got more for it, but I've actually already sold it once and it got returned to me. This one was missing the interior tag, but it has it around the button. So the more luxury brands, they might, actually I think I might have said it in here, did it? Oh no, that was just material. They will have the brand name sometimes on the buttons, and then the zippers might have a logo or something. Next up are a pair of Madewell shorts that sold for $21. I told you guys these would sell quickly. These were a size 33. I might have shown these in a Thrift With Me video. I can't remember. I got them at my Council Bluffs Goodwill. Speaking of my Council Bluffs Goodwill, if you're local, they started marking up Judy Blue jeans. They're pricing them anywhere from $14 to $10. New ones were $20. Somebody told me they were over $30. So that sucks. Next up are a pair of Crocs. These are new with tags, size 8. A pair of sandals. They were the pearl wedge flip-flop sandals. Crocs can do fairly good. I'm not picking up used ones as much anymore because they've been selling for $15 on average or less. But I did go ahead and sell those. Next up was a Ming Wang tank top in a size small. This was black. So just a basic tank top. This probably would go underneath of one of the cardigans that they have. Here's what the old tag looks like. It still sells. I actually just picked up a new with tags blazer today from them with that tag. That haul video is going to be coming out on Sunday. I'm going to show you some stuff I got from a clothes mentor, clearance, also garage sales, and some thrift store. So a little bit of everything. Make sure you guys come back for that on Sunday. Next up was a bundle of 3 items for $68, or I mean 2 items for $68. Eileen Fisher 1X cardigan sweater. This was a linen cotton blend, loose knit, and then the other ones were a pair of Spanx. These were in a size 1X as well. Black high-rise pant flare, a little bit kind of dirty and not in like the best condition, but they still sold for pretty good money. So that was a good bundle. Next up, I sold these pair of Abercrombie and Fitch shorts. These were in a size 26. They sold for $17. These are a pair of high-rise mom shorts. I did 26. I guess you could put size 2, but I don't know. Do you guys have any certain way how you decide when something has both sizes like that? Do you guys put like the single size, or do you put the waist size? Next up is a bundle of 3 items for $63. We have a Cabby pair of skirted leggings. These used to sell really fast for me, this style. They don't sell as fast anymore, but the larger sizes do. So that's all right. And then this next was a Garnet Hill dress. I've literally had this thing for over a year. So I was really happy that this sold in the bundle. It was a striped maxi dress in a size medium. And then the last thing were these pair of Girlfriend jeans. Girlfriend does not sell as good as it used to. I only got it because they were a larger size. I decided to try them out. I hardly ever find it anyway. So that's what the tag looks like without the vowels. I would just be careful with this brand. You might sit on it for a little while if it's a smaller size. So maybe just do your own research and like the sell-through rate. Next up, we have a Lovers and Friends dress. This sold for $26. This was a white and blue embroidered tassel little mini dress. I felt like it was pretty cute. I don't remember where I got this from. I've had it for a decent amount of time. So I was glad to be able to sell that during the summer. I don't want to have to sit on a bunch of summer stuff once it gets to fall. Next up are these Duluth Trading overalls. So really happy with this sale. Was this last week still? Yes, this is through June 7th through the 14th. Extra small, size extra small. These are green overalls with a 31-inch inseam. I did put gardening in the title. They were called the heirloom overalls. So if you see these Duluth heirloom overalls, look them up. Actually, don't look them up. Why did I say that? Grab them. They are going to sell good. Next up is a pair of Lululemon shorts. These are an older pair of shorts. When I got these, I made a TikTok about them. I had found multiple pairs At the same time, at a Goodwill, somebody told me those are ugly and old and nobody will want them. Well, guess what? Somebody did want them and they paid $30. So I'm glad I got those. That's the little TikTok kids for you. They kind of are just a little crazy. Next up, we sold these Allen Edmonds shoes for $19. I don't know. I do so off and on with this brand. These were the Sanford Oxford shoes. So it is like a better style. And sometimes I sell them like great. And then sometimes they sit forever and keep getting marked down like those ones. And then they sell for a lower price. So I don't know. These Revice jeans sold really fast. These were a pair of Star. They had the star on the butt, which is very popular with this jeans. They were a flare style. The skinny ones of Revice don't do it as well. And actually most other stuff from Revice, in my opinion, has not done very well. But that particular style of jeans can do good. So that's something that's important. I've been starting to help Grace with her reselling when we're out at the thrift store. And I was like, you have to know your brands, but you also have to know what sells well within that brand, because there's some things where it's like only this in that brand, like that one, can do good. You don't want to pick up everything just because of the brand. Next up are the pair of New With Tags Beta brand pants. These sold for $20. These were in a size 3X. When I originally got these, the sell-through rate was actually pretty good, but they took a long time. Okay, never mind. These were not New With Tags. They were used. So maybe the New With Tags ones did have a better sell-through rate. I think they were in a size extra large. Anyway, those were in a size 2X. I sold this North Face puffer vest for $40, full asking price, so that's good. I just picked this up recently at a Goodwill a few weeks ago. It was the gray Durella insulated vest. I don't think it was down-filled, but it was in really nice condition. So I was glad, again, to sell a winter-type item in the middle of summer. It's been very hot here. Next up was this J. Crew dress that sold extremely fast. This was a size 12 navy and white striped maxi dress. When I originally looked up comps, they were higher, and then I looked them up again, and I looked up the average. Also, there was like a makeup stain that I couldn't get off. So I've actually been doing a strategy with my pricing. I'm using eBay Terapeak on almost everything, and I am looking what the average is, and I'm pricing my item $5 higher than the average, and that's it. And I really do think that's been helping me make a lot of sales. I've made a lot of really fast sales like that when you price things like at market. Okay, crazy story. I'm in this Poshmark thrifting group. Let me enlarge myself while I talk about this. And this person posted a picture of something that they're selling, and they had them listed for $50, and somebody lowballed them at $10. And they showed the screenshot of all of their like back and forth counter offers, and the seller went down to $15, and the buyer counter offered $13, and she wouldn't accept that. And so I was like, okay, why wouldn't you accept $13 if you would have accepted $15? And why are they listed at $15? Or why are you countering $15 if you have them listed at $50? Ryan, I saw you in the background. That was creepy. I didn't know you were back there, and all of a sudden I saw you. So anyway, Ryan, you want to come make an appearance? No. Oh, Ryan's not making an appearance. He's getting ready for work at Texas Roadhouse. So anyway, she said that 15 was the lowest she was going to go, which is fine. But then she also said that like she probably would get around $20 for them. So I was like, why did you list them for $50? Like, that's ridiculous. You should be pricing your things like at market or a little bit higher. Like if the market is telling you this is what it's selling for on average, that's what you need to price it at. Or maybe like I'm doing $5 higher. Because when you have, if it's on average worth $20 and you're listing it for $50, like sorry, but I don't think that's a smart idea. Somebody in the group was like, oh, that's how she does her business. She prices things really high so that when she sends people offers, it seems like a really good deal. I'm like, okay, I don't think that's very smart. So anyway, that's my rant on that. Let's keep going with the sales. We sold a pair of Lululemon leggings for $40. These are the Fast and Free leggings. This is definitely a newer style. The Fast and Free leggings have done well for me. They were in a size 10, and they sold probably like in a day or two. So right here, you can look up the numbers. You can use the L, starting with the L. Oops. Oh, wow. Didn't know that one in the large. And then it goes right here to the T. You'll see that little period. And that's how you can find the style number on those. So I was really happy with that $40 sale. What was after the Lululemon? We have a Torrid jacket. You guys know if you've been watching my channel recently, I have not been picking up any Torrid. It has been doing so bad for me, but this was a collaboration. It was a black snakeskin Wonder Woman collaboration jacket, and it ended up selling for $45. So a rare good sell for Torrid. Let me know if you guys are picking up Torrid anymore, how it's doing for you. Next up was an IC by Connie K shirt. I love selling this brand lately. This one was in a size medium. It was a blue, like stretchy tunic type top. So a really good sale there. I just found a jacket recently this week, I think, as well. We sold if I can speak, we sold a pair of Hey Dudes for $27. These were women's. They were called the Lena Leopard Slip-On. I did use Western and Cowgirl because I felt like they kind of had that like look. And so those sold for $27, which I'm happy about. The classic Hey Dude styles, I don't know if they're doing as good as they used to. Next up is a pair of Levi's jeans that sold for $18. People tried to tell me that this is a really good style and they'll sell well, and they didn't, at least not for me. And when I looked up the sell-through rate and the comps, they weren't that great. So maybe you can get like a rare, better price for them. But I priced mine at what they were worth, and that's what they sold for. So $18 on those. I sold an Eileen Fisher cardigan. This was in a size large. This is a wool cardigan sweater. I have already sold this once, and now it's sold again for $32. So hopefully, actually this time it shouldn't get returned because it's on Poshmark. The other time before, it got returned on eBay for fit. I sold this Nation LTD shirt. This was in a size medium. It was white. It sold for $27. Nation LTD a lot of time has that puff sleeve detail. Here's what the tag looks like and a little bit of puff sleeve. The style is right here in the top, so you can really easily figure out what you're listing and how much it's worth because some styles can do better than others. Next up was an Eileen Fisher cardigan in a size 2X for $36. This is kind of more where I'm selling my Eileen Fisher plus size in this like high 30s or more price range. So I was happy with that. Alpaca, nylon, wool. So a really good fabric blend on that cardigan. My Poshmark has been like crazy this week. There was also another post in a Poshmark group about people complaining. I don't know why I'm making any sales. I'm going to quit. So I look at her closet and it's literally like so many crappy brands. I'm just like, oh, like you guys have to get good brands. You have to get good brands or you have to be really good at style base. But like it wasn't good at either of those. And there's so many people that complain about not having sales and they don't have good items. It's like you can't, I don't know, you can't run a business with crappy items that nobody wants. That's the cold, hard truth. I kind of just say things like they are sometimes. OTBT sandals. These sold for $13. I had these for a while. Actually, maybe Ryan was trying to sell these. This brand used to do better for me. It doesn't anymore. These sold for $13. Goodbye. I would not pick that up again. And there's my iMovie. And I meant to put up my little video of myself. Next up is Universal Standard shorts in a size 22-24. Universal Standard is a plus size brand. This is what the tag looks like. It does okay for me. Certain pieces do better than others. So these swim shirts sold for $22. So I was fine with that. Next up was a new with tags Torrid bra that sold for $21. This sat for a really long time. So I was glad to get it out of my closet. I don't know. I don't know what is up with Torrid anymore because it used to do so much better for me, especially at least in certain sizes or styles, and it's just not. Next up, we sold these pair of Honey Love leggings. Hopefully I didn't show these to you guys last week. If I did, I'm sorry. This is still June 7th sales, but I think they're ones that happened after I made my video last week. Black pull-on skinny leggings. Oh, here's what it looks like on the tag, and then the logo is that. So look for it in leggings, intimates, tank tops, and shapewear. I actually just found a new with tags Honey Love tank top at my local Goodwill, which I was really excited because that was the same Goodwill that was marking up the Judy Blue jeans, and then they had that priced at $4.99. Next up is a pair of Masuk pants. Masuk is a good, mature office business type brand to be on the lookout for. These sold for $31. Black pull-on pants, kind of basic, but a nice, good seller. And then after that, I sold this Marc by Marc Jacobs purse. I found this at a Goodwill. They did not have it marked up. It sold for $65. So I was really happy with that. Navy blue with this neon yellow handle. Pretty good condition on that purse. And yay for the thrift store not marking it up because most of the time they do. I sold these pair of Dansko shoes. The buyer complained that they are not a size 10. So it actually says Euro size 40. Which according to the website is a 9.5 to 10. So maybe I should have put that in my listing, but if she would have looked at the pictures, you can clearly see right here, it says size 40. I could have put both. Poshmark denied her request to return because I said it was clearly in the pictures, which it literally was. So I told her she can feel free to use my pictures and reposh them and resell them. So we'll see if she does. Okay, I think that's it. I think I showed you guys that Lululemon sweater. So let's move on to eBay. We have a soft surroundings shirt. I already sold this and it got returned to me. So we sold it again for $25 pretty quickly. So hopefully the buyer, that buyer does not return it. Next up is a pair of somersault pants. These are new with tag, size extra large, merino wool cashmere. Sadly, they had a little hole in them right there, but I was still able to sell them for $33. So if I would have got some in perfect condition, obviously, I think they could have went for more. Next up was this Lululemon size 0 black Swiftly Tech top. If you watched one of my recent videos, you probably saw that in there. I found this, I think, at a Thrift With Me video. I did accept an offer of $25 because it was just listed and I sold it really fast and I paid $3 for that. So that was good. Next up is a pair of Judy Blue jeans that sold for $35 with a 15% off coupon. So Judy Blue in a size 20W. These were the boyfriend jeans. Excellent sale there. That's what I like to get for them. Of course, the bigger sizes do better. I sold this Johnny Was swimsuit. This one was not new with tags like a lot of the stuff I got recently. This was a size small, one shoulder floral swimsuit, so I was happy to take that offer of $55. This Coach purse was getting a lot of attention. You guys also saw me find this in my recent Thrift With Me video. If you didn't watch that, it came out on Tuesday, so go back in my channel and watch that. It was getting tons of offers on Depop. I actually accepted 5 or 6 offers on Depop, and they never paid. And then somebody sent me an offer on eBay, $47, and paid right away, so yay. Another Lululemon shirt. This one was in a size 10. This sold for $22.50. No, that was what it was marked down to. I think I accepted an offer of $17 on that. Yeah. Another Johnny Was swimsuit. This one sold for $75. This one was actually more like a rash guard almost. I don't know. It was a very, very thick material. So Wave Surf one-piece swimsuit was what it was called. $75 in that. These are a pair of Athleta pants. Wow. Let me speak straight. Athleta pants sold for $28 with a 15% off coupon. They were the Trekkie North joggers. The Trekkie North joggers did not have a good sell-through rate. But with my experience, I was like, I can keyword this right. I'm going to take good pictures. I'm going to still sell them fast. And I did. So sometimes it doesn't work, but I feel like I've been doing this long enough that I kind of know, even if the sell-through rate's bad, I can still sell certain things. If you're new, I would suggest kind of trying to stick with the sell-through rate for the most part. Next up was a Lily Pulitzer cardigan that sold for only $13. This was in a size small. It was just a Pima cotton cardigan, and it also had a small hole right here, and that was from the tag from the thrift store. So that sucked. That's probably why I sold it so cheap. Another pair of Athleta. These were a pair of jeans that sold for $35 with a coupon. These were in a size 14. Athleta jeans that say Sculpt Tech like this on the inside of the pocket. Can do good, so I would pick those up. Next up, I sold this Lululemon shirt for $5. This was possibly in my closet for a while, but it had a stain on it and another stain. And so I listed it really cheap and I sold it for $5. Another Johnny Was item. This was a shirt. This was size small, blue floral. I did use Hawaiian in my keywords. It did have some fade wash wear, but I still sold it within about a week for $30. Next up was an Anthropologie Maeve dress. This sold for $70, which is kind of crazy to me, but I looked up this style and that's what it was going for. So here's what the tag looks like, Maeve by Anthropologie. It was this black velvet dress, very pretty. Here's what the model picture looked like. So that was a really good sale. Next up were a pair of Lululemon men's shorts in a size small that sold for $15. These had some pilling and wash wear, and I don't even know where I got those, but it was a quick, fast sale. Lululemon men's shorts aren't selling as good as they used to, but usually I give them to my brother anyway. Next up was this Kubel's dress. I sold a shirt up there, and I think I don't remember. It was that weird Colty shirt. And, I think I was going to wash it, and it had a stain, and it didn't come. I don't remember what happened. Okay, there's a little spot. But for some reason, I had to cancel it. Anyway, that's a little concerning because it's like a little culty and I don't want it in my house. So, or maybe I don't know where I put it. I think that's what it was. I was like rushing through putting away inventory and I think I wrote the inventory number and it wasn't in there. And I looked around in my bins forever and I couldn't find it. So that's annoying. That doesn't happen to me very much, but sometimes it still does. Next up was a Kooples dress. This is a size 0. This came in a designer thread up box, which I don't get hardly anymore because first of all, they're really hard to get. And I don't know, I just haven't been looking. It sold for, what did I say? $23. Not great, 22. Next up was a Roar shirt, sold for $20. This was a women's size extra large, blingy, like rodeo cowgirl. This brand used to do better for me. It hasn't been selling that well anymore, so I've been leaving it behind at the thrift store. These democracy shorts sold really fast. You probably saw these in one of my recent videos. Somebody sent me an offer of $25, so I went ahead and took that since it was an extremely quick sale. Next up, we have a Quacker Factory shirt that sold for $25. This sold really, really fast. In a size 3X, it had sequins on it, and it was, I don't know, blue. There's not really much else to say. But it sold fast, so I was happy with that. Next up was an exclusively Masuk dress that sold for $35. Here's this same brand again. I pick it up in all sizes, but the bigger sizes do tend to do better. I sold these Lululemon size 8 black cuffed shorts. I couldn't find the style on these. I think I just didn't try. And I didn't, wait, maybe here's this model picture. So I just didn't put it in the title for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, $23 on those. Next up was an Eileen Fisher size large shirt. This sold within 48 hours. Organic linen. I don't know why I put festival because this is not a festival type top, but it still sold really fast. Next up was a vintage women's Patagonia coat. I probably should have left this behind. It was kind of worn out. It did have the logo there, and it was kind of old too, as you can see by the tag. So I sold that for $20. It was originally listed at $35. I sold this Anthropologie Maeve cardigan. I still haven't found out if this was a viewer that bought it because I know a viewer asked about it in a video, but it sold almost immediately once it was listed on an offer of $29. Really pretty purple sheer duster cardigan sweater. Next up was the brand Planet Lauren G. This is the first time I found this brand, and it sold really fast. It had ruched sleeves and a little bit of a longer like length. Here's what the tag looks like. I listed it for $45, sold on an offer of $32. Next up was an Ann Cole swimsuit that sold for $22. This was new with tags. Sometimes this can sell for more, but I was happy to take this offer on a swimsuit and just get it out of my closet. Next up was the brand Imogene and Willie. Definitely a Bolo brand. This was in the women's section, but when I went to list them and looked up the style, I found out they were men's jeans. So that's what the tag kind of looks like right there. Here it is again. The Barton Slim. So $60 pair of jeans. That is great. Next up was a Land's End shirt that sold for $10. This is actually going to be a part of an upcoming video series I have going on. So I'll just show you guys this now. But I'm not really going to talk about the series yet because I want to kind of keep it a surprise. But be on the lookout for that soon on my channel. Next up was a pair of Fly London shoes. These are in a size 6.5 blue wedge. Some people have told me that Fly London doesn't do that great for them anymore. I don't know about you guys. And did I already talk about this? No, June 9th. This is confusing because I feel like I remember seeing comments on videos recently, and I remember people talking about Fly London doesn't sell that good for me anymore, and like something else. But it's a sale from June 9th, right? Yeah. I don't know. Next up was the brand Scully. This was a vintage, I think, leather jacket. It was kind of like had those like lacy type look. And that sold for how much? $28. I sold these Lululemon leggings for $27. These were the Wonder Under. They were brown. And actually, wait a minute, I think the buyer never paid. Is that correct on that? Yeah. Canceled, which is really annoying. She's like, oh, my partner bought me a different pair and I like them better, so can you cancel this order? Stop sending me offers if you're not going to pay. That is so annoying to me on eBay. Okay, I'm done ranting. Another Quacker Factory shirt, another shirt that sold really fast, $25 with a 15% off coupon. This one was not new with tags, but it had this really, really pretty embroidery. So it was very summery, which is why I got it, and it sold within a couple of days, so I was happy about that. Next up was a new with tags Beyond Yoga tank top. This had a navy star constellation type print. Super cute. I was really happy to get that sold for $40. I sold this Eileen Fisher shirt really fast for $25. This was a silk organic cotton blend top. And so that was good. It listed it for $30 and got an offer of $25. Next up was this Coach purse for $63. My Goodwill did not have this marked up for some odd reason. The East West Charlie handbag. It was in really nice condition, so I was really excited to sell that. Next up was an Eileen Fisher tank top for $15. This was blue and white striped. It was organic linen, but just a tank top. I just went ahead and accepted that offer. I have had it for a little while. You see there, it was on sale for 25% off. Next up was a pair of Rock Revival jeans for $30. These were in a size 27. These were the Betty bootcut jeans. These don't sell as good as they used to, so I am pricing them accordingly, and they're still selling fairly quickly. Next up is a pair of Sweaty Betty leggings that shockingly sold fast because this brand has not been doing good for me. But this blue camo style had a really good sell-through rate, and they were in a size large, and so I'm glad that I listened to the data. They sold for $25. Next up were a pair of Lululemon red leggings in a size 6. These were the Luxtreme Manifesto Wonder Under leggings. A newer style, kind of interesting print. So a special buyer is going to be looking for those. I sold this Ming Wang cardigan for $30. This was in a size 0X. So that's what the tag looks like on that. Similar to Miss Sook. Good brand to pick up and resell, especially in the larger sizes. Next up were a pair of Crocs sandals. These sold for $22.50, so I guess not as bad as I said before, but here's what they look like. I don't know. Maybe certain ones do better. I'm not super well, I don't super know a lot about Crocs. So if you do, put some tips down below in the comments. Another Eileen Fisher tank top. This one sold for $21. This was a blue silk, 100% silk tank top. So that was a good sale. I sold these Lululemon shorts for $18. These were a size 4 athleisure workout tank tops. These were originally listed for $35, and I've had them for a while, so I just went ahead and took that offer. Next up was an Emilio Pucci little baby shirt. It's so cute. It sold for $28, and it had multiple stains that I could not get out, but I still picked it up. So this is a really good brand, but I never find it, and somehow I found it in the baby section. Next up was a Johnny Was dress. Did I talk about this last week? I don't know. I don't remember if I did. What time did it sell? Here, I'll be able to tell. 106. Okay, I probably didn't talk about that, and I probably didn't talk about this Hawaiian shirt because I made my video at 7 something. Okay, so the Johnny Was dress sold for $85. This was a size small. It was the Kiva dress. It was new with tags, which obviously made it better. So that was a really good sale. And then the last item was this Hilo Hattie shirt, men's, size large, sold really fast for $19. So, Ryan, you going to work?
Yep.
Okay, I'll see you later tonight. I don't know where we're going to go for lunch. If we're all going, I don't know if Dad will want to go somewhere else. I'll have to ask him. Okay, so that's it for my sales. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below how your sales were this week. Hopefully good. I'm going to add up my numbers, get this uploaded, and go take some pictures. So I'll see you guys on Sunday for a thrift haul video. Bye.